Hey guys, well it's been quite a long time since I've been on Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Man, I can't believe the second anniversary has already passed. Man, I feel like quite a veteran. But there is a question that quite a lot of people have been addressing to me, and that is, what buffs and debuffs actually stack? I can't believe people are still asking me this question when I've addressed it in so many videos, but I haven't specifically mentioned it in one video, so that's fair enough. So I'm going to get started with this. Hopefully I don't really miss anything out. If I do, then you can mention it in the comments below. Alright, so if you didn't know, every ability has a unique code or ID attached to them, and even though there are abilities with Major Region, Haystager, The Last Stand, and all that stuff, all that good stuff, we all know they don't stack with each other, so that's pretty easy to know. But what debuffs and buffs stack with each other? Well, you have to look out for the percentage enhancement stuff and the percentage de-enhancement abilities as well. So, just look out for them. Don't worry about the Haystager because we already know that doesn't stack. So let's go create abilities. Let's scroll down to, well, let's go to physical first because these are our breaks. So this is pretty simple here. So armor break obviously doesn't stack with armor breakdown because they do the effects. Like I said, we're looking only for the percentage abilities. So, or the percentage enhancement or de-enhancement. So defense. This will not stack with another defense, such as armor breakdown over here. So this one's more powerful, but they do not stack. It will completely override each other. But this does stack with full break. Like I said, look for the percentage de-enhancements here. So we have attack, magic, defense, resistance. Damage doesn't count, so just worry about this. So it does stack because it does a completely different effect. It does 4 effects, but think of it as one effect. Another kind of... I'm trying to think of more types of abilities that can stack, which is kind of not obvious. I suppose you can look at soul breaks as well. There are a few soul breaks listed here, which kind of is unfortunate because a lot of soul breaks do not stack with the normal support skills. But we are lucky to have Faris's long coat, which does attack, magic, defense, resistance, and mind. So that will stack with full break because full break does not have that mind components, that mind percentage components. So, attack, magic, defense, resistance, fantastic. But until we get a penta break, which I don't know if that will happen anytime soon, that will stack with full break, so that's awesome. Is there anything... We'll go through the list. We'll go through the list, okay? Second anniversary draw list. Is there anything worthwhile here? Oh, here we go. Orichalcum Dirk. This one does magic and defense. So that obviously stacks with all the breakdowns you want because it does magic defense. That's one ID put together. But that won't stack with another magic and defense. Even though it could do magic defense, Major Region, or whatever. We're just looking for magic and defense there. So that's one ID. Burst abilities, however, it can get confusing. This one temporarily lowers its magic a large amount. The magic is the percentage component here. So that will not stack with magic breakdown. This will not stack with armor breakdown over here. So that's kind of unfortunate, even though they are good abilities. But it does free up some space for your support character. So that's what makes the Orichalcum Dirk so good. And one of the better BSBs in the game. Any other ones here? Number of taps. This one temporarily lowers the user's defense and raises the user's magic. Like I said, percentage components, we're looking at the defense, lowering the defense, and raising the magic. So there's quite a lot of skills which actually stacks with this ability because it's so unique. So that makes it a pretty awesome ability over there. High Summoner's Robe, magic, we're just looking at magic here, so it won't stack with another soul magic buff, but it will stack with, say, magic and resistance. Anything else? Red Jacket, I think, is one as well. No, it's not. Never mind about Red Jacket, and that's it for Banner 1. Banner 2, let's give some more examples here, just for you to kind of get it in your head about what stacks and what doesn't, because it can get a little bit confusing for newer players. I totally understand that. So Yuna's buff does magic and mind. Again, that stacks with quite a lot of stuff. So makes it a pretty good ability. This is kind of what you need to go for when you are kind of building your team, because you want a team which has all these buff enhancements, but they also go together really, really well. So Una, again, a good one. Magic and Mind is pretty rare as well because it's not your ordinary skill. It's not like a breakdown or a normal buff to have. Anything else? Asura's Rod, does that do anything? I don't think it does. Holy Shield, this one does the attack of all allies a large amount and grant them last stand. Still, it doesn't stack with Shout. Again, we're not worried about the last stand, we're just worried about the attack a large amount. So even though it does a 50% increase in attack, it will not stack with Shout because Shout is the same attack buff plus haste. Okay, Crescent Wish, nothing. Yes, I know that. I don't know why I chose that just then. This one, Magic of all allies, a moderate amount and resistance a small amount. Pretty nice buff as well because it does stack with the good magic buff there. Okay, we're on to phase 3, Metamorphosis Claws. Again, this one is a very, very unique buff. Magic of all allies a moderate amount and defense a small amount. So that will stack with Marie's because Marie's one did the defense down. So again, this is a unique ID with magic a moderate amount and defense a small amount. And this one here, bottom one, it does stack with a lot of stuff as well, like I mentioned in the last episode. I don't think there's anything else on this one. Shura's Gloves, maybe? Critical Hit is, again, a very, very interesting one. Critical hits do not stack, again, because it is a percentage bonus. So this will not stack with, say, Zell's critical hit up or Aiko's critical hit up. So that's kind of unfortunate there. Magical Brush. Nope. 7s. I think this one does something. There we go. Temporarily raise their defense a large amount. So the thing is, we're not looking at the HP here, even though the HP is kind of, it's not really considered like a full, I can't really relate it, but it's not really a stat from your, like, say, armor. So that's kind of what I mean. So ignore the HP, ignore the Asuna as well. We're just looking at the defense, so defense will not stack with another defense. Howling Soul, nothing. Fire Lash is another magic one, so this one will not stack with Braska's because it does still a magic. Again, ignore the region and ignore the haste. So I think you're kind of getting the point here. We'll go on. We'll finish the whole list just so you can kind of get the hang of it. This is the critical up that I was talking about, which will not stack with the other one. Shura's Gloves. Veil, anything here? Nope. Chaos Rod, that doesn't. Genji Gloves, that doesn't. A lot of stuff has pretty unique buffs, such as this one here. This attack and magic will not stack with Onion Knight's gauntlets, unfortunately. So, but this grants a barrier that reflects damage back is such a good ability anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But again, it kind of gets a little bit frustrating. Nope, nothing there. Alright, phase 5. Let's get right into the end here. Nothing. I'm just making sure that I don't miss anything. Oh, there we go. This one is the one I talked about the last episode as well. Temporarily raise the user's mind a moderate amount, so that's pretty nice. It's pretty unique to Vanille. And the burst abilities does lower the resistance a moderate amount since Mental Breakdown does the same thing. This does free up a slot, like I said, but it does not stack with Mental Breakdown. I'm pretty sure that doesn't do anything. Although it does. Temporarily lower the user's resistance and raise the user's attack on amount. Pretty unique as well. I like that one. That one doesn't. I'm fairly confident. I'm not too sure about this one. Oh, there we go. Temporarily lower their attack and defense a large amount. So this one is focused on breakdowns as well. But this will stack with power breakdown and will stack with armor breakdown because this counts. This attack and defense counts as one unique ID. Pretty nice. Nothing there. Oh, there is magic. So we're not worried about the reduce their magic casting time for 3 turns and grant them haste. We're just worried about the magic. So this will not stack with Fire Lash. This will not stack with Braska's cloak thing. Javelin. This is pretty much the equivalent of haste. We're just looking at the attack here, not worried about the haste. So unfortunately it will not stack with the Holy Shield, will not stack with Ramses' Shout. And that's about it. Pretty nice. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what stacks, what doesn't. There has been a little bit of a problem with one of the earlier soul breaks, but if you're new watching this video, then I wouldn't really worry about it. It is Riku's Taj. I think it did like attack and resistance up, and that doesn't stack with fucking anything because it has two. It's one of the only soul breaks which has two IDs attached to them, which are actually separate. So attack had one ID and the resistance or something had the other ID, so it was kind of 2 in 1, which is very, very unfortunate. But other than that, hopefully that gives you a good idea. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.